they changed their drop spot, which is something that we have seen before.
Yeah, we talked about this quite a few times in the past, particularly World Series last year. They had this alpha drop, bravo drop, depending on where the zone pulled, and we've seen more and more through this tournament. It is important to not have to cross the entire map, recognizing that
shit
all
on
the
is acceptable, your awful is acceptable.
The 5 beers currently hold. Anxiety finds one though, big man.
You're large outside a game. Okay, now we're now we're teetering that line. That's a little bit fucked up.
In front of big man, and do you fall? You do. The gentlemates will be knocked out early here. They will be sat in that 5th position, but that is a tough end map for your group stage after all the momentum you built, after everything you had done. We move over to the control center because this map is far from done. You've got the Movistar Koi and 100 Thieves squaring up again, and Nova here to join the party.
Sometimes the Gentlemates just got killed off rip. They probably got no points. That actually might be in this. That might seal it for them being an LCQ.
It was a great strategy. It was a great idea. Apparently
they were at 154, I think.
Enough about that. Let's talk about
that might be it
in this battle as Goat Clamp and NetOdds. They find a good 2. Gabe Kuhn and Skullface taken off the map, and well, where's Blast? He's going for a nice little swim, but the fight isn't done yet. Is already some shots.
Gentlemates did a whole chant to get eliminated. Yo, they might have actually got checked. That might have Chant might have checked Vortex.
Can you manage to take the fight on in? Great swing right now from Vortex. You bring down Volcom, you're good for the full. Can you manage to push on up to the 2nd and 3rd floor? Go Clamp and NetOdds doing a great job. Play 2x2. A little bit of a battle, but look who's also decided to get into the mix. Skullface, he lands in through the window, tries to get active, and he might have done enough damage to help this go huge. No, it's Goat Clamp. He's there, he makes the trades, he finds the kills, and you don't even lose NetOdds in that battle. You're gonna be able to get the revive on out. A great stabilization.
What an insane call by the mates to switch their landing spot. Oh, really? I didn't even realize they switched their landing spot. Why would they do that?
Coming into this map and to get a bit of momentum towards the back end of this group setup and into the next one would be huge for the LATAM squad.
Especially in like a must-do-well game.
That's laying claim by himself for now.
That's kind of rogue.
His boys get back into the fight. Max, another squad that really
and they obviously pay the price for it.
VKA going to find a bit of purchase.
They landed bio every game and switched to living quarters.
Down below.
Oh yeah, no, they trolled roster
continuing to struggle. Seeing a little bit of the 9Z Globin team in the mix. Another squad that just desperately need to find a Hail Mary map. A big
living quarters is kind of a scary place to drop too.
By the way, Vision Esports, they get themselves back into the fight.
3 teams here.
Yeah, Team Vision doing a great job getting just back into the mix and
super easy to just get ran up on.
He's the last player left alive, a little bit of ground loot in hand, just trying to maybe catch anybody coming up the stairs.
Because the circle is opposite side, that makes a little more sense.
And at that range, you're definitely going to melt anybody coming on through. We see the circle in your top left-hand corner. We'll pull down on in. I think you made the right call here, friend. It looks like we are probably ending similar to what we saw earlier here today, pulling back down towards that factory side. Now, what side of factory, I don't know.
Role playing is cringe.
As we've gotten to our final zones, it's
so when I dress up as a cowboy,
pulls to a completely different side than we always expect. So I think if you're able to hold down this factory area, that would be huge. And well, for Team Vision,
nobody coming into my house, tell me how to fuck my life.
Bring it to VKA. Echo, tip of the spear, flies on in. Gonna be able to find Kazu. You got one player that's left out of the water, and they seemingly have this idea. Vidati is here. Does Echo hop up over the wall in time? You gotta look down through. I know the water can sometimes be hard to see, but I think for the time being, they don't want to expose themselves too much. And maybe
Thieves wipe.
Let's go ahead. Let's farm them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a good play for Vidati.
What the fuck is going on? Thieves wipe?
Really? Living quarters, and I think he recognizes you're about to be swarmed, and go.
Dude, you guys are locked in. It's so hard for me to tell when a team gets wiped.
Over this fight that's going to be setting itself up in a circle, looking to find through the backside of this matchup. There's going to be Vision involved. There's going to be 9Z involved.
Thieves should be good.
The APAC team. Molly's going to go high. You'll get a little bit of a connect, but nothing.
They also have another split after this.
Striking blow. And getting a look here, so many different teams starting to collapse on this. Virtus Pro now starting to get in towards the mix as well. Vision, they're starting to try and back off. They want to try and make sure that their anchor stays alive in this. Caught a little bit between a rock and a hard place. Inner Circle still up. Scythe on the rooftop. Genuinely 5 different teams beginning to contest over the same patch of land here as the circle drags everyone off to this corner.
Yeah, I think as the circle closes, you're going to see a couple of power positions be a real spot for some of these battles. Top green in living quarters going to be one of them. That's where we see teams like Inner Circle and obviously 5 Fears are battling it out. Factory is going to become a big POI with Team Vision and Virtus Pro. And where's the last one? Well, it's up at headquarters, where we can still see AG Global. They are holding on. Nate Dogg up in the tower, sniper in hand.
AG is fun.
They are just going to try and maybe hold down from this prison side as well. So it's a nice little triangle that we're going to see happen as the zone starts to go in a little bit more. Nate Dogg with 2. This team recently changed up their strategy in MO. We used to see Rated up here with the sniper in hand.
Shot, big man.
It just felt like maybe things weren't going their way.
Imagine how pissed he is.
Nate Dogg, we're going to let you get back to your anchor role, which we've seen him do in the past, and we let Rated kind of off his leash a little bit, play with the duo of old Scummin, and I think they're just looking to try and run around this map.
I'm 5'2" with 280 pounds of straight muscle. Is my build
right
good?
There with you, my friend. Teeny on 11.
I mean, that's the Bulldog build right there,
dead ass. Down sometimes. L1, R1 it a little bit, not overthink the situation, and very much profiting in the living quarters fight. Swatted away multiple teams.
Short and stocky.
XO Esports. They need to find some footing. Will catch quite a bit of damage into Cams, who stayed up for an extra moment, but Penguin will clean that up. Now you've got to consider that rotation coming in from Movistar Koi off the control center side.
Who you got taking it all? Either Falcons or VP or my two
front runners right now. In the circle looking over this, by the way, though. They're off towards green side. Could definitely peer over the top of this fight. Nectar's going to use the smokes. Daisy chain himself across. 5 already on the board. And gets himself over towards safer territory. But it's not much safer for his teammates. EXO are going to be under pressure.
Oh, yeah, Peace boys.
My God. Manages to find 2. Notorious will at least find a knock on the net.
On the run, dude.
Stays up for the trades. So for now, you live to see another day, but not much longer for EXO.
I mean, this guy's trying to finesse him down. They go. EXO.
Here and find yet another wipe and join them. 5 fears set packing.
A little bit of a crikey as the Australians will activate, fly on down, clean up a team, get them off the map. Wow. Finally, it may take a little bit, but here we go. Nice little fights happening as this zone pushing so many of these teams here together. Scummin, he's going to be found by Rock Esports and Wars. Head on a swivel, going to try and back down Rated here, pistol in hand. Can you manage to get on out of here? No, the Welshman will activate right at the correct time. Find another, currently sitting on a 6. You can see the look in his eyes, the determination. This has been a year of redemption for Rated, and I'd like to think that the Esports World Cup will continue to be that, as he is on the hunt for Prodigy right now, and he is able to find his prey. Prodigy wiped off the map along with them, Rock Esports.
Yeah, he shouldn't have rotated there. Meanwhile, these guys have no info unless they have a UAV up. The sound cues.
It's not been great. Let's get a look off towards Factory side. This is likely going to be where we end up, ladies and gentlemen. So the fight's here setting us up towards endgame positioning. Virtus Pro in a good spot to hold that right now. They've actually managed to send VKA packing off towards the shoreline, setting themselves up, looting. They're definitely going to want the high ground here. You've got to be a little bit worried about teams up above towards headquarters. They can still look over you for now, but within the next circle or so, that position that they're playing for is going to be huge.
No, these guys are always
they're
in the
trying
water,
to recover in the water, and I don't know how they're going to be able to do that for.
I think this has just been a game of just pure
don't
violence,
give a shit.
dude. I mean, we are just coming to the end of Zone 3, and we are already missing
and he two-pieced him with the pistol.
And you can see the kill feed
God,
Virtus
bro. They just got pieced by a pistol in the water.
Factory.
Welcome
They've
to
pushed
Rebirth.
on down to boat. They know that Team Vision is here. They want to try
Imagine
and wipe
flying
them
to
off
Saudi
the
to
map,
get
but it
two-pieced
looks
in the water by a
you
pistol.
have some new company as Movistar Koi. They watched Virtus Pro move off of
Sage
this
has a
Factory
lower
side,
decking.
and then he says, great, let me hang out on this railing, let me throw some shots down on range. You're now your Virtus Pro, feel the pressure.
Yeah, and VKA is starting to class back in on this. They recognize there's actual timing for them to get involved in the fight. Vision just about staying alive for now, but Noobs will clean up Echo, so it's either killing Lem. What can you do?
I think Rebirth is closed right now. Yeah, there it goes. Team Vision eliminated.
Noobs arrives and finds his 9th kill in the feed.
I wonder how many points they got.
Position. We just mentioned it. That's now going to be contested between 2 different
Probably,
teams. Can you
if they got around 10 to 15 should be okay.
You getting back into that position, going to be
I'm sure they would have loved to solidify it.
Leading our board, better than most at breaking POIs.
Yeah, Team Vision, you're coming off a map win. Maybe you're feeling yourself just a little bit too much, trying to maybe end the second set with some big numbers on hand.
Depending on where this pulls.
Unfortunately for you, Virtus Pro, they're going to be the ones to stop you in your track. For VKA, though, they have been able to stay alive. So some of those earlier moments where we watched Team Vision not actually go after Vidati in the water, it's going to kind of come back to bite them because, well, it's a little bit of stabilization. They get the regain, and now they've gained control of the POI you so desperately wanted to hang on to.
I have 5 ping every game.
To a crawl for a slight moment as we have a couple of teams just kind of floating around each other in a couple of POIs. You can see for Inner Circle,
I got 5 picks pretty much every game I play too. It's great.
14 kills to his name already.
Aren't you playing in this very long qualifying process and very hard qualifying process?
No, if you are in a circle, you got to think about what you want to hit next.
Too much other shit going on.
But if everyone starts to kick off down there, you could ride through the back door and third-party situation, something that they love to do, something that we've seen them do so well at Living Quarters to get them into this position. A huge map here could put them inside that top 7. They will have to sit out in those final 3 games and hope that they don't fall out of that top 7. But just putting yourself there for now would be far more than any of us expected when we first came to Riyadh. BKA, another team that, quite frankly, underdog story. It's been tough going for them so far through today, but you've got the top of Factory. Zone, though, is going to pull off. It's going to actually drag headquarters direction. Seeing, again, a little bit more of that really harsh pull in these late zones. It's just more prevalent, especially in this tournament.
Look who's there. AG in a prime-time spot. They need to capitalize here.
You only have 2 players alive.
I don't think it even matters, but you got a zone pool. All 3 of you are alive. You got to capitalize.
Until Inner Circle starts making some moves. Unfortunately for you, OBS gets found by Rated on the rotation. I think this is the right call right now. You don't have to push on up towards this upper side. You know there's going to be teams down towards this factory area. You see the buyback go off as well, so you're going to have an idea, and I think for Teeny and Bray, this is exactly what you want to be doing right now. Just hold the line. OBS does get finally fooled on the outside as Vortex as a solo, just slowly walking his way on in. This could be an opportunity right now for Teeny and Bray to take down some of these top teams, and I like that they're sort of splitting themselves, because as these teams start to come up towards the top, they are in prime position.
Actually steals that.
Shots. The
take that. They're probably going to get the res off, though, maybe? Oh my gosh, never mind. Dongy sticks him.
It's a Dongy. It's a 2-piece. He's not going to try and come up from these stairs, but he is sensing a little bit that this is going to be dangerous. Backs on
look
up,
at this zone pool. Look at this zone pool.
They don't even have to push on up.
It's so bad for AG, though.
Factory side.
Yeah, they slowly work their way through the lower side of this factory in order to clear it out, in order to stay alive, avoid too much attention. You're going to have Inner Circle, though, manage to drop in. They found their way into this final fight somehow. MWIII is still going to be a part of the conversation, too.
Yeah, they're too dead, though. I wonder if that buy's still up. I didn't see how much money he had.
And Sukra, the
probably not going to be able to get a res off right now.
Will wipe AG Global off the map.
And we're now into our top 5, 1.4 multiplier confirmed at least. And when you're a team like Inner Circle, we saw how many kills Teeny had.
I think
this is those moments where, yes, you love the 1.4, but if you can manage to play as this duo, you will be able to get that 1.6.
No, that's not
the veteran, as well as Bray, the young 18-year-old, just trying to close out this game.
2v1v1.
You're watching all the carnage go around you as a PA.
I don't know how they're about to win this.
It's good for a couple of kills, blink of an eye.
But they're making it work.
We're into our top 3.
Inner Circle win this. This could lift them inside
Noobs could do this, though. Noobs, hey.
They're going to start to push up towards the higher ground. One member, Virtus Pro, still in the fight, and one member of MWIII. Where do you go?
It's all going to come down to the solos. Who fights first? And does Noobs third party it? Okay, no third party. 2v1.
So who's left? It's going to be Noobs. What can you do? Well, the APAC team are here to make a statement.
Wow.
And nobody saw this level of performance coming from
Teeny just dropped like 16 or 17 kills.
Themselves inside that top 7. In fact, I'd hedge a good bet that
and
they will.
This is a bubble
Whether
team,
they
too.
say that, we don't know, but showing up on the main stage, making a statement for their entire region.
It was a 62-point game. It was Teeny with a 13 KD in the
62-point
final
game
map of their qualifier to get them here to land. They struggled yesterday. They come in here.
Or was he saying for the qualifier?
Of day 2
if
of
they
the
just
group
dropped
stage,
62, that is the biggest game we've seen by far.
I like what you said. It might be enough to put them into the top 7, but more importantly to me, even if it
I think he was talking about the
still
qualifier.
a team that I think they're going to go into the LCQ with a lot of confidence and say, hey, boys, we can make it to that final day.
Point system
explained. We can do it. That's a confidence. That's a momentum builder. And you got to give a huge credit to that man on your screen.
You get multiplier based off your placing. Top 5 is really where it starts to kick up. So you want to get top 5.
I was walking backstage. I said,
top
hey,
7.
Good stuff
advance
boys. And they said,
Saturday, the final
that
lobby.
Wasn't good enough. We have to play
Everybody else
here
plays
today,
LCQ.
And I think
tomorrow.
that's one hell of a way to do it.
No, the right mindset indeed here is Inner Circle. We'll take
my
the map
expedited
of day 2 here. This will be the last
system.
time we see them in group stages. Also joining them
yeah,
on
that's the final game for this split. So there's only 3 games left.
VP, you are done. You watch now as everybody else.
So now it's going to be A versus B. So Group C is done for the day.
For some, comfortably
so
for
if you're in Group
others,
C,
and well,
whatever you got's what you got.
If you are a couple of these teams, so we will see you in that last chance qualifier tomorrow. But right now, I mean, we said that, you know, is that a situation where you are stepping up if you're in a circle? Certainly an improvement.
We'll wait for the
well,
official.
Let's find out how we're all feeling
standings
as we close out Group C, as we set to an interview.
Okay, we got an interview.
We are here in the Caldera Esports Arena. I have got Skullface here from 100 Thieves. A very recognizable face, a man that you will also recognize from last year's EWC tournament. And you are
World
back,
Series
my
of
friend,
Warzone
with
solo
long,
winner.
luscious locks. Talk me through this hair decision. It's great.
Last year, I just decided to buzz it, and I just didn't cut my hair.
I can't believe I just started off this interview talking about your hair. What am I doing?
Oh my gosh, this
hair.
is cute. They're flirting.
You've got good hair. Yeah, you should wear it like that. Right, let's talk a little bit about ES today. Let's start things slow. You mentioned to me yesterday, we had a little chat. You ran into a few issues.